The warship hung silently above the red planet, its hull glinting in the light of a distant sun. Inside the massive chamber, alien warriors filled the room, their shapes towering and strong. Each moved with an air of confidence, whispering among themselves. Their words carried scorn, sharp and mocking. "A human," one hissed, "she won't last a minute." At the center of the chamber stood Captain Elara Voss, a human cadet, small and unassuming in comparison. Her uniform was tight and simple, far smaller than the thick, spiked armor of the aliens surrounding her. She held a sleek human combat rifle, lightweight but deadly, against her side. Her expression was calm, almost serene, but her eyes burned with determination. She did not flinch, she did not speak. The whispers grew louder as the Alien General Kravok entered. He was immense, his armor alive with moving, glowing patterns. Every step he took made the floor tremble. Kravok laughed, a deep, rumbling sound that filled the chamber. "Look at her," he said, his voice mocking. "A child dares to face me?" The aliens around him roared with laughter, their confidence inhumanly strong. To them, this human was nothing more than a fragile insect. Elara did not move, she did not bow, she only stared at Kravok, her gaze unwavering. The tension in the room thickened, as if the air itself had grown heavy. Slowly, the alien generals began to prepare the challenge arena, opening massive doors that revealed a circular pit lined with glowing alien energy fields. Strange machines and devices hummed, their lights flashing with unknown power. The arena was deadly, designed for creatures much larger and stronger than a human. The alien soldiers murmured among themselves, each step echoing in the vast chamber. They were sure of her failure, but Elara remained silent, her hand resting lightly on her rifle. Her mind moved quickly, calculating, observing, always ready. Every muscle in her body was poised for action. Every human instinct was sharpened to perfection. As the arena doors finished opening, Kravok took a step closer, towering over her. He laughed again, louder this time, a sound that rattled bones. "Do you truly believe you can survive? 10 seconds, human. That is all you will last." Ilara's lips did not move. She only breathed slowly, steadily. A single thought burned in her mind. They will regret underestimating humanity. From the human observation deck above, commanders held their breath. They had trained her for this moment. She was small, she was alone, but she was ready. The camera zoomed close on her face, capturing the quiet fire in her eyes. The first step into the arena would decide everything. The narration whispered over the chamber's roar of alien voices. They laughed, thinking humanity weak. They would regret it in 10 seconds. The tension was unbearable. The red light of the planet reflected off her rifle. Every alien gaze was upon her, and somewhere deep inside, Elara felt the thrill of the challenge. She was a human, and humans never backed down. Elara stepped into the arena. The floor was a smooth, metallic circle, lined with alien machines that pulsed with glowing blue and green energy. Strange wires and tubes ran along the walls, humming and sparking. The air smelled sharp and electric, like ozone after a storm. She paused for a moment, letting her eyes take in the arena. Every detail could be important, every shadow, every glint, every angle. At the center, Alien General Kravok towered over her, his massive claws gleaming in the energy light.
His armor shifted as if alive, the glowing lines moving along his body like liquid fire. He flexed, muscles rippling under his exoskeleton, and bared his teeth in a mocking grin. The alien crowd erupted in a deafening roar, voices overlapping, cheering for their general, certain of Elara's failure. From the human observation deck above, commanders leaned forward, hearts pounding. Every human in the room knew the odds were against her, but none of them had seen a human fight like this. Kravok lunged first, a terrifying blur. His claw cut through the air with the force of a hammer strike. Sparks flew as it slammed into the arena walls, leaving deep gouges. Most would have been crushed instantly, but not Elara. She rolled to the side, her movements fluid and precise, her small frame dodging what seemed impossible. The crowd gasped. A human was moving faster than any alien expected. She circled him, studying every movement, every twitch. Kravok swung again and again, each attack faster and stronger than the last. Elara ducked, sidestepped, and leaped over the larger creature's strikes. The tension in the arena was thick, almost physical. Even the alien spectators began to whisper among themselves. This human, she was not ordinary. Then she struck, not with brute force, but with careful precision. Her rifle emitted a quick, controlled energy pulse aimed at a weak joint in Kravok's armor. Sparks flew, and the general flinched slightly, something the crowd had never seen him do. Elara did not stop. Every move was calculated. She avoided attacks, exploited openings, and tested his limits. Each strike, each dodge was perfect timing. The humans watching felt a spark of hope, their fear replaced with astonishment. Kravok, the great and feared general, was beginning to look vulnerable. The alien audience, shocked and silent now, watched their champion struggle against a human. Every second that passed was a test. Could a single human really defeat a creature trained for centuries to destroy enemies? Could she survive the impossible? The arena itself seemed to lean closer, the energy fields pulsing faster, echoing the tension. Elara's eyes never left Kravok. Her breathing was calm, her movements were sharp and confident. She knew one mistake could end her life, but every action she took brought her closer to victory. The first real strike had been hers, the game had changed, and the aliens would soon learn that underestimating humanity was their greatest mistake.
Kravok's laughter echoed through the arena, deep and cruel. "Still thinking you can win, human?" he roared, his voice vibrating off the walls. His massive claws lifted, ready to strike with the full weight of his strength. He charged forward, every step shaking the floor, aiming to crush Elara in a single blow. Elara did not panic. She rolled to the side just as his claw smashed the floor where she had been standing. Sparks flew, and the air was filled with a sharp electric smell. The human cadet's small body moved with speed and precision, dodging attacks that would have killed a normal soldier instantly. She spotted the arena's environment, a maze of alien tech, pulsing energy traps, and heavy debris. In an instant, she adapted. Using her agility, she vaulted over a glowing energy field and kicked a metal panel toward Kravok. It struck his armor and sent him stumbling slightly. The alien generals gasped. This human, she was clever. Kravok roared in anger, swinging wildly, but Elara was ready. She ducked under one claw, rolled over another, and jumped onto a moving platform. From there, she used momentum to launch herself toward Kravok, striking a weak joint in his armor with a precise hit from her rifle. Sparks flew across the arena. The general grunted in pain, a sound no alien had ever heard. The spectators murmured, disbelief spreading like wildfire. Their champion, the terrifying Kravok, was struggling against a human. Slowly, piece by piece, Elara began to gain the upper hand.
Each strike, each dodge was not random, it was calculated, measured. Every move exploited Kravok's strength against him. Elara's eyes flicked constantly, scanning the arena for every opportunity. An energy trap glowed beneath Kravok's foot. With a quick kick, she redirected it toward him, forcing him to jump back, unsteady. Another panel swung toward his chest, and he blocked it with effort, his armor sparking at the impact. The humans above held their breath. One mistake now, and it would be over. Despite the danger, a small smile appeared on Elara's face. The fight was turning. Her confidence grew with every precise dodge and clever strike. She moved like water, flowing around his attacks, slipping past brute strength with skill and intelligence. Kravok growled in frustration, his rage fueling his attacks, but she used it against him. His own momentum became his weakness. Elara vaulted over a towering piece of alien machinery, kicked off it, and struck him again, sending him off balance. Sparks erupted from his armor as he struggled to recover. The suspense was unbearable. The arena's red light reflected off the flying sparks. Every alien in the crowd leaned forward, eyes wide. Even Kravok's own soldiers whispered in disbelief. A human was outsmarting their general. Elara paused for a brief second, steadying her breathing, her eyes locked on Kravok. She knew the next few seconds would decide everything. One perfect move could change the fight completely. She was small, she was human, but she had become a force no alien expected. The tide of battle had shifted, and the aliens were about to learn that humans were far more dangerous than they had ever imagined.
The arena seemed to pause. Sparks hung in the air, the hum of alien machines momentarily fading into silence. Kravok, enraged and panting, glared at Elara with eyes burning like molten metal. His claws twitched, armor glowing with raw energy. "You think you can win?" he roared, voice shaking the walls. Elara did not answer. Her breathing was calm. Every movement, every thought had led to this moment. She had studied him, predicted his attacks, and waited for the perfect opening. And now it had come. Kravok lunged forward with a terrifying speed, swinging his massive claw in a wide arc, aiming to crush her instantly. The ground trembled beneath his weight, energy arcs crackling across the arena floor. The alien generals leaned forward, certain this was the end of the human cadet. Step 1, Elara sidestepped. Her body moved like liquid, sliding past the deadly claw by mere inches. Sparks flew where his claws tore the air and hit the arena walls. The speed, the precision stunned everyone watching. Even the humans above gasped. Step 2, she used his momentum against him. As Kravok overextended, his own power became a weakness. Elara pivoted, dodging under his next swing and letting his enormous weight carry him slightly off balance. His roar of frustration echoed, loud and deep, shaking the arena once more. The crowd of aliens froze, unsure what was happening. Their champion was faltering. Step 3, she struck. With a swift, precise motion, Elara aimed her rifle, or rather her hand striking the right weak spot, and crushed the back of Kravok's skull. The impact was perfectly timed, and his body stiffened, then collapsed to the arena floor with a thunderous crash. Time seemed to slow. Kravok fell, his massive form hitting the floor with sparks and smoke rising from his armor. The alien generals froze, mouths open in shock. No human had ever defeated him, not in centuries, not in 100 battles, and now, in 10 seconds, a single cadet had done what everyone thought impossible. The arena was silent. Only the low hum of energy fields and the crackle of sparks filled the air. The alien spectators blinked, unable to comprehend the scene. Whispers of disbelief spread quickly. They had mocked her, they had laughed, and now every sound of laughter died. Elara stood over him, her small frame steady, her breathing calm.
Her rifle hung lightly by her side, untouched for the final strike, yet the precision of her human mind had won the battle. Her eyes swept the stunned crowd. "Underestimate humanity again," she said quietly, her voice steady and full of command, "and you will not survive." The human commanders above exhaled, tension breaking into pride. This was not just victory, it was a lesson. Humanity was clever, fast, and fearless. In every strike, in every dodge, Elara had shown that humans could stand against giants and win. The red light of the planet reflected on her face, painting her in gold and crimson. The arena, once filled with laughter and mockery, now held only awe and respect. A legend had been born, an HFY moment for every human watching. The human cadet had done the impossible, and the galaxy would never forget it.
The arena was quiet now. Sparks drifted lazily in the glowing energy fields, and the hum of alien machines seemed smaller somehow. Elara Voss stood tall, her uniform dusty but unbroken, her rifle still at her side. She breathed slowly, each inhale steady, each exhale controlled. Though her heart had raced and her muscles ached, she was unshaken. She had done the impossible. Below her, Alien General Kravok lay still, the once feared warlord, whose name struck terror across galaxies, had been defeated, not by sheer strength, but by human cunning and precision. Every alien in the arena stared in disbelief. Silence replaced the roaring cheers they had once given him. Elara's eyes swept the crowd. The aliens had mocked her. They had laughed at humanity, calling humans weak and fragile. Now every alien gaze was fixed on her, with a mixture of fear, awe, and respect. Slowly, carefully, some of the generals bowed, not in defeat, but in recognition. Humans were not the weak creatures they had believed. They were clever, fast, and fearless. From the observation deck, human commanders erupted in cheers. The room vibrated with pride and disbelief. This cadet, small and alone against giants, had turned the tide in a single flawless battle. News of her victory would spread across star systems like wildfire, carrying the message, never underestimate humanity. Elara lowered her gaze slightly and spoke, her voice calm but firm. "Underestimate humanity again," she said, loud enough for every alien to hear, "and you won't survive." The words hung in the air like a promise. Every alien understood the meaning. Humanity was not to be ignored. The humans and aliens alike watched as she stepped forward, her boots clicking against the metallic floor. The energy fields pulsed behind her, lighting her small figure in gold and crimson light. Sparks danced along the arena walls as her presence alone seemed to command attention. Every step was deliberate, every movement proud. She was a symbol, not just of victory, but of what humans could accomplish when courage, skill, and intelligence met the impossible. The aliens slowly stepped back, giving her room. Some whispered among themselves, others bowed deeper, acknowledging that the galaxy had changed. For humans, it was more than a battle. It was a legend, a moment that would inspire generations. Elara paused at the arena's exit, turning briefly to glance back. The energy fields shimmered behind her, casting long shadows over Kravok's fallen form. The arena, once filled with mocking laughter, now reflected the unstoppable spirit of humanity. Even the smallest human could outsmart and overpower the mightiest alien. Even against overwhelming odds, humans could endure, adapt, and triumph. With her head held high, Elara walked out of the arena. Each step echoed in the vast chamber, a heartbeat of courage. The humans cheered, the aliens watched in awe, and the legend of Elara Voss, the cadet who defeated a galactic warlord in 10 seconds, was born. Humanity had stood tall.
and the galaxy would never forget it.